Hi everyone, this is Heather from weddingsbyheather.com, where my goal is to equip you with the best techniques and tips to make you a better and more efficient photographer. In this video, we are going to work with the spot removal tool inside of Lightroom, but first, make sure you check out my free workflow video series available on my website. My friend Christy took this photo of one of her senior clients, and if you get a chance, check out her website at IsabellaRayPhotography.com. I have the link below. She's an amazing photographer, and every once in a while she lets me play with her photos. So what we're going to do is take this photo into the develop module by pressing D on our keyboard, and we're going to remove a few pieces of trash that are on the ground in this alleyway. So let's zoom in with a Command or Control plus on our keyboard, and we see these three pieces of trash that I'd like to remove. I'm going to press Q on my keyboard to access the spot removal tool, and we're going to take a look at a few features with this tool. So my brush right now is pretty small. I'm going to make that bigger with my right bracket key, and that looks pretty good. So I'm going to click and drag over that piece of trash and see that Lightroom selected a really poor source. So I'm going to place my mouse inside of that source and just bring it down to here so it has some better pixels to copy from. And you'll notice that we have our feather up pretty high. You can adjust that feather depending on how you need this to blend in with its surroundings, and that actually looks a little bit better. I felt like the feather was too much a moment ago. You could switch between clone and heal, and the difference is this. When you have clone turned on, you are simply copying pixels from one area to the other. When you have heal turned on, you are copying and blending those pixels. Excuse me, you aren't doing it, Lightroom is doing it for you. In a lot of cases, healing works best because it's attempting to blend with its surroundings, but not always. It really depends on the situation. I'm going to come over to these other pieces of trash, make my brush a little bit smaller with my left bracket key, click and drag over that piece of trash. That's a pretty good source. Let's go ahead and do it for this one. And that looks pretty good. I'm going to look at my overall before and after with my backslash key. Remember, that's the key that leans to the left above the enter or return key. And I think that looks great. We're zoomed in, so let's go ahead and zoom out with the Command or Control minus on our keyboard just to make sure we've gone in a good direction with this photo. Again, press your backslash key to see the before and the after. And I think that looks great. By the way, this is something that several versions ago inside of Lightroom you could not do. You had to take it to Photoshop, which was more time consuming, because my motto is, if you can do it inside of Lightroom, you probably should, because it will always be faster. I hope that you found this useful. I'll see you in the next video.